of movies and there's a lot of movie genres, so what better way to celebrate that than my favorite movie from every movie genre? What's going on, guys? My name is Trevor and welcome to my channel. Let me know your favorite movie from every genre. I'm not including like every genre and the known to man, but I got like 17 genres on this list. Thinking that's pretty good. If I left the genre out, let me know that down below. You can feel free to include it. It's gonna be more of a fun video. These are my favorites, not deemed to be the best movies I deem to be my favorite. And let's get started right with action. In the action category, I'm going with Top Gun Maverick. You might argue this is a drama. This isn't really an action, or it's more of an action adventure. I'm counting it as an action because it's my favorite damn movie of all time. And the way it grips you, sucks you in, and brings you on this ride from start to finish is unlike anything I'll be able to experience again. Next up, we have adventure, and I'm going with Back to the Future. It's just an adventure throughout this movie. You journey with Marty back to the future, and his mom starts falling in love with him, and if that's not an adventure right there, I'm not really sure what is. You can make an argument for Indiana Jones to be right here, but Back to the Future was really speaking to me. For our third genre, we're going with animation, and I'm picking Ratatouille. This is my favorite Pixar movie, and it's my favorite animated movie of all time, and there's something about this movie that's so inspiring and so simple, and I love cooking. I want to go to France just to explore and taste the food they have there. One of my favorite quotes of all time is, you don't get to choose where you come from, but you get to choose where you go from there, and that's Remy in this movie, and Linguini. For our fourth genre, I'm going with biopic, and I'm going with The Social Network. Based off Mark Zuckerberg, Jesse Eisenberg turns in a great performance, but the star of this movie, in my opinion, at least who steals the show, is Andrew Garfield. This movie just shows when you're at such a high level how corrupt it really is. You're stepping on anyone and everyone, even if they're your best friends, even if they're 6'5" and there's two of them, you're gonna step on them to get what you want, and The Social Network showcases just that. For our fifth genre, we're going with comedy. I'm picking Step Brothers because I can quote pretty much this entire movie. It's a top 20 favorite movie of all time for me. I'll never not find it funny. If I ever need to smile, I'll toss this movie on. For our seventh genre, I'm going with crime, and I'm picking The Gentleman, one of my top 3 favorite movies of all time. It is a gangster mobster movie starring Charlie Hunnam, Matthew McConaughey, Henry Golding, Hugh Grant, directed by one of my favorite directors in Guy Ritchie. It's like a mystery whodunit, crime, drug, heist movie. It's insane. I love it. For our eighth genre, we have drama, and I'm going with Good Will Hunting. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck wrote this movie, won the Oscar, the first movie they ever really made that they won the Oscar for. And Robin Williams is arguably my favorite actor of all time, and he turns in my favorite performance I've ever seen from him. It's inspiring, it's emotional, it hit you into feels, and by the end of it, you're just smiling and like, man, that was a great, just dramatic, filled, awesome movie. For our ninth genre, I'm going with horror, and I'm picking Scream. This is the epitome of a horror movie because it makes fun of horror movies and all the while falls into the same tropes that those horror movies do. It redefines the genre. Wes Craven, you're a freaking genius. For our 10th genre, we're going with musical, and I'm going with 2018's A Star is Born, starring Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. Bradley Cooper was snubs for director and actor. Should have won both. In my opinion, he's the greatest performance of that year, and the way he tells this story is so emotional. It's deep, it's dark, and Sam Elliott is absolutely fantastic. And the musical numbers, Bradley Cooper singing Pitch Perfect with Lady Gaga, you ain't gonna see anything ever like it again. I can't believe he didn't win the Oscar. And they gave it to Rami Malek, who lip-synced his lines. Let's stop for another time. For our 11th genre, we're going with mystery, and I'm picking Knives Out. Knives Out is just fun. From the beginning to the very end, it keeps you on your toes, has twists and turns, and Rian Johnson delivered again with Glass Onion, but the first Knives Out still, to me, is superior. For our 12th genre, we're going with romance, and I'm picking Titanic. James Cameron has created some of the best sci-fi movies of all time, some of the best action movies of all time, and my favorite romance movie of all time. It tells the tragic story of the Titanic ship sinking, but it creates a fantasy of a love story on it, how these two people from completely different worlds fall in love over the span of a couple days. Leonardo DiCaprio delivers an absolutely perfect performance, and Kate Winslet, I don't know if she won the Oscar, but if she didn't, she should have. I think she did. And Leo didn't even get nominated. It's a bunch of BS. For our 13th genre, we're going with sci-fi. I'm including Avatar or Avatar: The Way of Water. They're like tied for me. I don't know which one I like more, but I love them both a lot. And another James Cameron movie. The Avatar movies mean a lot to me, and it's a big reason of why I love movies today. And I gotta thank James Cameron for that. For our 14th genre, we're going with sports, and I'm including Moneyball as my favorite sport movie. It's a sport movie about behind the scenes of that said sport. I'm not a fan of baseball, but this movie makes me love baseball. It gets me to root for him. Brad Pitt's my favorite actor of all time. He had to have a movie on this list. For our 15th genre, we're going with thriller / suspense movies that make you grip your seat and you're on the edge of your seat the entire time. And I'm going with Denis Villeneuve's Prisoners. This movie makes me feel uneasy, unsteady, and talk about arguably the greatest snub in Oscar history. Hugh Jackman not even getting nominated when he damn near should have won. And Jake Gyllenhaal, my God, was he good. For our 16th genre, we have fantasy, and I'm going with The Lord of the Rings. Any of them, all three of them, the trilogy. I'm a diehard Lord of the Rings fan, and I think this is the only answer for the fantasy genre. My friends, you bow to no one. And for our 17th genre and our last genre on this list, we have Western. And I'm going Django and or The Harder They Fall. These two are my all-time favorite Western movies. I can't go back and forth which one I like more. They both feel like Tarantino movies, and only one of them is a Tarantino movie. They are different, they're raunchy, they're rowdy, they're badass, and I absolutely love them. And they're my two favorite Western movies. I had to include them both because I cannot choose. Let me know your favorite movie from all 17 of these genres down below in the comments section. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell so you know when I'm out on any future content. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.